you wanting to use AI and HubSpot together to improve the efficiency with your content and your social? Well, the HubSpot Content Assistant is the way to do that. I'm going to show you how in this video.
Welcome to HubSpot Hacks, where we help you get more out of HubSpot.
So HubSpot's one of the many platforms that is working on incorporating AI into the very being of their software. But really, there's a couple of ways to use it. And in this video, I'm going to show you how the HubSpot Content Assistant will make your life easier to use AI inside of things like social, email, and website pages. Let's go ahead and dive in. So here, anytime you encounter an area in HubSpot where the Content Assistant is going to be active, you will see a screen like this. So right now, this is in beta. It's going to be rolled out to all portals fairly soon, but if you haven't gotten it yet, you might need to enroll in betas. We have a video about how to enroll in betas in another area of YouTube, but here you'll see that it says, write content in a Flash with AI. So there's a short video here that shows you that, but I'm gonna walk through that here with you today. Now, right now I've got this pulled up inside of a blog post. So if you host your blog inside of HubSpot, this is what that's going to look like. If you're using HubSpot and your blog's not on HubSpot, this isn't going to be available to you in this area. But as you scroll down, you'll see that when I click to add text, if I hit a slash, that's going to be the prompt that you need to start the AI assistant. I've got 4 options here where the AI can prompt me as I wrote this blog post. So if you happen to be maybe stepping into blog post writing and that's not your everyday task, that's going to make it easier for you to do your job. If you write a lot of blogs or you're a full-time content writer, this should speed up your process. So here we've got a paragraph, an outline, ideas, or a conclusion. So if I were writing this blog post for the first time, I might say, you know what? I need some ideas for this blog post. Let's say I'm going to write a blog post about how to market your company effectively using webinars. So I need some ideas for titles that I can actually run with. So I'm going to say, give me ideas for a blog post about how to market your business using webinars. And then I'll click generate. So now it's going to give me 5 ideas that I could run with in making this blog post. So for instance, I'm going to take, let's say I'm going to insert these in and look them over. All right, so I'm going to say, webinar marketing made easy, a step-by-step guide. We're just going to do 10 tips. It's typically going to be pretty difficult to do a step-by-step guide with AI because you're going to have different steps depending on what platform you're using, all the things that come along with actual tutorials. But we're going to use this one here. So I'm going to go with 10 tips for webinars. So I can actually select this, and then I can say, you know what? I would like to summarize this or rewrite this. So we're going to come back to this prompt after we have more context. So I'm actually going to select this and then delete these pieces here. So we're going to go back to that AI, and we're going to say, generate an outline. So write an outline. So write an SEO-friendly outline of a blog post covering the topic of and we're going to generate. So we've got our introduction, we've got, so if you're not familiar with what H2 and H3s are, this is going to be the structure with which you have your blog post. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert this into the blog post here. So you'll notice that using this AI generator, it actually gave me the outline of what I could cover in this blog post. So again, it's not writing the whole thing for you, but it's getting you a lot farther down the field so that when you're ready to take the ball to the end zone, it's actually much easier. So we've got this 10 tips, I've got an introduction, and then again, if I publish this with AI content, like get ready to boost your business with webinars, that's pretty generic and terrible. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna say, now I'm going to say the introduction goes here. So generate a paragraph, write a paragraph about why a business would want to use webinars to market their services, and generate. So this is going to be my introduction. This would be the paragraph. There we go. So again, if you're looking at best practices, this is again going to get you much farther down the road. This is probably still pretty vanilla. And the thing that spices up content is going to be adding in specific examples, real life scenarios, your point of view, your voice, so on and so forth. But let's say here, I also want this to be a little bit differently worded. I can select it, hit this little AI tool on the side here. I can change the tone. Let's say I want it to be witty. So it's going to regenerate to witty. and I say, webinars are like the Swiss Army knife of marketing tools. Okay, I kind of like that intro sentence. So if you wanted to, you can click regenerate again and see what else you get, but I'm going to reinsert this in. Now, if I were doing this, I would remove this introduction and I would put a subhead here. So I'm going to say, let's go ahead and generate an idea for a subhead. So give me ideas for an introduction to, give me ideas for how to make someone believe webinars are important for their business. Let's spell that correctly and generate. And then these are going to be too long for a subhead, but let's say we have how webinars can boost business success. So I'm going to look at these. I'm going to say, the power of webinars. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be my subhead for this, the power of webinars. And actually, if you look at that next sentence, it's webinars are like the Swiss Army knife of marketing tools for businesses. Power of webinars for everyday marketers or something like that. So you can see how the content assistant is going to help you bring the structure of this together, but it doesn't do all of the writing for you. And as you're probably alluding to here, knowing how a blog post comes together and what components are involved actually makes you use the content assistant more effectively. So that's how it's going to look here in your blog. Let's go ahead and jump over into social and into emails to see how this content assistant works for you in those areas as well. So we're going to jump to social. And again, you're going to see this same prompts and you're going to see that inside this social, it'll have the AI content assistant is here. Hello. So I can try it out or maybe later. So we're going to click try it out. And again, you're going to still see this little lightning is the little icon we're going to use for the content assistant. I want to create a social post about those webinars. So let's say I want to create, the post is going to be about a fun analogy about how businesses are missing out on traffic by not hosting webinars and generate. All right, let's see what they have to say. So hosting webinars for your business is like throwing a party, you're inviting people, blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and insert that. Okay. So it's funny as a general marketer, if I read this, it's actually pretty close. It was written by AI, so that's great. But the general structure of this is what I would call a verbal throw up on social. Way too many characters, way too many words. You got a ton of hashtags. I'm going to actually go to just 3 hashtags. If I'm posting this on LinkedIn, let's go here to LinkedIn and I'm going to select my account. Look at that. It just bleh. It looks like a giant paragraph of text. So hosting your webinars for your business is like throwing a party. And I'm going to add a return. Now, if you're posting on LinkedIn, you'll know if it's too long, LinkedIn's going to say see more. So what the AI assistant is not doing a good job of is hooking you in to figure out why to see more. But that, as a content strategist, is my job. So hosting webinars for your business is like throwing a party. You're doing this and leave, but, okay. So if I insert the word but here, this will show up on LinkedIn as a see more, and then it will encourage people to click that and then read the rest of the post. Otherwise, it gets truncated and it's too long. So you can see how the content assistant, again, gets you started. I guarantee you a lot of folks that are watching this video, they haven't thought about, oh, you know what? I didn't think about webinars being a party. But I could actually take this and again, go back to that little item here. I can rewrite this and say, write me a post about how webinars are like a party and you're missing, let's do this again, missing out. And generate. Okay, so it's going to generate, have you ever received an invite to a party but decided to not go? Okay, I can't talk today. Have you ever received an invite to a party but decided not to go only to hear about how amazing it was the next day? Okay, that is the definition of FOMO. So again, if I wanted to generate again, I could do this. So again, sometimes using the content assistant, just give it a couple of different tries. Do it once, go back, better prompt, go back, better prompt. Actually, I love the idea of FOMO. You don't want to be the person that heard about a great party the day after. Well, if that's you, your business is most likely missing out by not doing webinars, blah, blah, blah. So again, that is how to use the content assistant here. If you're worried about how to do the rest of the social stuff inside of HubSpot, we do have another video about how to do social inside of HubSpot using the social scheduling tools. Check that out. Now, the last place you're going to find the content assistant is in the email area. So here we've got this email. And right now, I just went ahead and started a new email. We're going to take this out. And same thing in our other tools. You're going to say, put a slash in. In an email, it's going to generate either a paragraph or a heading. So let's say for the paragraph, I'm going to be using this to invite you to a webinar about lead nurturing. So to generate the paragraph, I'm going to say, write an engaging paragraph about, let's say, to invite a prospective customer to an upcoming webinar about lead nurturing, and generate. So I'm giving it some pretty vanilla promptings. So let's go ahead and insert this and see how we do. All right. So again, just like my previous comment about the social, you get a block of text. This is not going to be the best way to invite someone. However, it's a good place to get started. So hello, are you looking to boost your lead generation efforts? Join us for an upcoming webinar. This is pretty good. Like if I separate this out, in this session, we'll share blank. Best practices of copy and especially short copywriting is going to be using bullets. I'm not getting bullets from the content assistant, so I'm going to say, in this session, we'll share, and I'm going to make this into bullets, proven strategies and tactics, how to create personalized campaigns, how to use automation, and much more. And then we're going to make this to the next line by deleting this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to capitalize these here just as a best practice in email structure. And we're going to add an exclamation point at the end. Okay, you know what? This actually isn't half bad. So one of the things, again, if you would have sent this out as just the paragraph, it's a giant block of text. If you think about that on mobile, it's probably a 2-scroll email. This now is easier to digest. I'm missing the link to the email or the webinar registration, which I probably want to put before the fold. So I'd want to put that in here. Insert registration link in here. And then I'm also missing the date. So there's some general best practices you want to make sure you use, but that content assistant got me so much farther to the end here by simply being able to prompt it with what I wanted to say and then piecing that out. So use that in your emails. There's one more thing that the content assistant does in email, and that is generate a heading. So if I wanted to think about like, what's going to be a subject line for this, generate the heading is write an engaging headline that would get someone interested in registering for a lead nurturing webinar. And we're going to hit generate. And that's going to generate some options. So unlock the secrets of transform. Like this right here is not exactly a subject line. This might be something I'd use in like an email newsletter. So, but I will take this, unlock the secrets of effective lead nurturing, register today. I probably would use that for a subject line, or I would put register today, unlock the secrets of effective lead nurturing. So those are, again, ways to use the content assistant. I was wrong. There is one more place that you would use the content assistant, and that's going to be on landing pages or website pages inside of HubSpot. So same sort of thing. I've got a landing page set up here, and I'm going to show you how to use that slash. So we're going to be putting a slash in here to generate the heading, the paragraph, or a subsection. So again, just like we did in other areas, I can generate a paragraph, I can generate a subsection, and I'm going to prompt it. So your ability to understand your customers' pains, what's going to appeal to them, the tone you want to write in, and what type of structure that content takes is going to then help you fuel your use of the content assistant. So that's it. That's how to use the content assistant in HubSpot AI tools. There's plenty of other AI tools that are coming out in HubSpot, including HubSpot's ChatSpot, which we're not going to talk about here in this video. But if you wanted to check that out, it's probably available in your portal in betas if it's not already there full time as well. For more tips, tricks, and how-tos, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.